So he's got to get that club up and under. Oh, man. Wow, buddy. Hey, remember when I said shallow baby cut?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That thing it's dead straight, but it has the 6-inch like one to tip right on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, buddy. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Those are fantastic swings. Keep it flexing that right leg. Keep that flex. You know, I don't want to see daylight early. That's my big thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to see, when I say daylight early, I don't want to see daylight between there.
Yeah.
And you know, here's a funny video too. If anybody should have daylight, it would be this guy as a young freshman, Cameron Sisk, who was skinny. So you should see some daylight, but watch his takeaway. See that?
Yep.
Okay, but I mean, how much better are we looking there, though, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, look at that lead arm, right on shoulder plane, elbow below the right shoulder, club more down the line. Okay, so all this is looking better. Okay, all this looking better. I'd still like to see.
Yeah.
Just keep that right knee a little more solid.
Yeah.
Okay. And get it more to start with it. Get it more on the inside of your right foot too. So, you know, give it that little pronounced hip bump. That gets that brace set up, right? It's like that back leg's braced. It's like at an angle like that, so you can turn right into it. That trail leg, by the way, just real quick. I mean, just so we won't forget. Like, you don't throw it as hard on the flat of it. You don't punch as hard on the flat of it. You don't bat as hard on the flat of it. Everything is this way. It's like pitching, right? You have the rubber like this. You're pitching, pushing that way at an angle. Everything, when this leg's at an angle, power drives down it when you turn and can push off of it.
Right.
Not laterally, rotationally, you know, and that's what's great about the setup and getting it dialed in. A big part of consistency. What that hip bump also does is it moves the low point of the swing past the golf ball. Many people are back here and just behind it. It's really, really helpful. But it'll help you turn into it. You'll feel like a little more solid, a little more necessary tension. We'll see that same Hideki. Beautiful, dude. Oh, that was so good. And how sweet was the head cover toss too. So awesome. Dude, maybe on the left leg. We gotta go
some of those.
We gotta go with, yeah, we should just go with the, you know.
Yeah, throw the logo on there, maybe a couple fish.
Something that people don't know about me. I'm just gonna say it, and all these, you know, a lot of the clean cut golf fans are gonna go, whoa, Porzak, really? Alternative life. I wouldn't have one because I love what I do, but if I did, I told you I'd be a striker for like Manchester United, maybe Real Madrid, tatted from head to toe with the sweetest haircut ever, shortest, fastest guy in the field.
I feel like everyone should have something like that for them.
That's like my rock star version of myself. Like that's what I would want to be. Like if there was anything that I could do besides what I'm doing, I'd be that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. Like I'd have the tats like from starting right here and then all over. So good. I mean, like it's so good. And see, I love like the look. It has that Tiger Woods leg look, you know, where they look like they're still engaged. It looks like you're actually able to then. Here's the thing. When I see this leg go like this,
yeah,
all I'm thinking is how hard is this going to go that way on the way through?
Yeah,
right?
I need to feel that knee flex.
Yes, it's the first
more
possible way
yeah.
of being able to feel the pressure from being in here to being able to push off that heel to open up.
Right.
You know, I call it the teeter-totter foot. When it snaps this way, it starts working like a teeter-totter.
Yeah.
And that's a lead cause to me of the early extension through the golf ball that people have. Mm-hmm. You're good at it. You do a nice job of really, your only downswing flaw, in my opinion, is your right side just really quickly moves around and it drags your arms with it. And that's initially what made you steep. You're getting rid of that very quickly.
Yeah.
That was when I did the inclusion. The minute that I included this yesterday, this morning, and I put this right here at an angle of the shaft. And what was nice about this, now, this is, Gabe, come back here, buddy. Dangerous for a golfer who's looking to not take it inside. But when you set this up and help him understand that, hey, the club is still trying to get above this, but on the way down, we're going to swing underneath the white one. See, that helps him kind of with the visual of up and through. Pretty cool little setup for him there. You know what though? Fantastic golf swing. I know you didn't hit it perfectly straight, a little bit left, but that was a really nice golf swing. Did you see that, Gabe? That's pretty on plane right there.
Yeah, really nice.
Really nice.
Perfect right there.
Yeah, it's good. Well, that's what's nice about it is your arms and hands are now stopping with your body at the top of your swing. You don't have any of the extra right now. Keep it going. I'm gonna get a good film of that. I'm gonna get a good picture of you all. Okay, stay right there. Dang, buddy, that was gorgeous right there. I love when he throws that head cover. It's just so sweet. No, and here's the reason why. There's certain drills that make a lot of sense for a golfer, right? And I want you to know that your go-to drills are good. We got some simple stuff set up here, but here's the thing. Your swing's looking great right now, by the way. It's awesome. For a golfer who's leading with the chest, I had to remind him, this could be dangerous because what does it do? Together, 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 together. And then lead with the chest and kind of keep the hands back there.
Right.
So I told him, I said, dude, through the golf ball, throw that head cover, let it go. And that's more of this. Together, 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 good hand path. But hey, get those arms moving. And though it might be on in transition, get rid of it through the golf ball. So when that thing throws out of there, I much prefer that than somebody keeping that glove in the whole way. So that glove left arm drill, wonderful for backswing, not good for downswing a lot of times as a player can kind of, do one of those on us, right?
Yeah.
I'd rather see here and then just the throw it. So that's just good. That's good. I want you to know that through impact, toss it. Got it right there. That was so good. Yeah, buddy. Oh, best swing of the week right there. So for our viewer, that is a frozen rope dead straight ball that did not move from the point at where he aimed.
What's he hitting right now?
Is that an 8?
Yeah, it's an 8.
8 iron?
Yeah.
That thing flew, roughly, it's probably like 175 right there. That thing was crushed. You hit it pretty far though.
Yeah.
You do, dude. That ball goes really. Don't be depressed, viewer. That was really compressed and he's a really strong guy. But see, I like where he is right now. See how close he is to this line right here? So it's good because he really has to bring this club in shallow. Can't lead with his chest. So he's got to get that club up and under. Oh man! Wow, buddy. Hey, remember when I said shallow baby cut?
Yeah.
That's what it is. That thing it's dead straight, but it has the 6-inch one to tip right on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good, buddy. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Those are fantastic swings. And come back here so you can see from my perspective what I was talking about. Look where you were set up. Go back there. So this is where you were set up on those last ones. Do you see how with where you are here, you really got to be entering through impact into the slot the right way?
Yeah.
Any kind of upper body movement ahead of the arms and hands and click, So those last two swings were incredible. Those are sensational swings. Let's you know what we can do too?
What's that?
Let's hit a couple more of those because you're striping, and then let's get the big dog out.
Yeah.
And this will work the driver because we haven't even touched driver yet. So that'd be great to kind of start from scratch at all.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Just turn hard to the top. That's the one thing I want you to try to do better, okay?
Yeah.
Just try to just continue. Almost all the time, that needs to be kind of that. Yeah, see, I love that when you do that. It's so much better. Yeah. See, it's just so much better.
Yeah.
And here's what it does. I want you to understand this about the way the golf club releases, and I talk a lot about it. We've heard this skipping rock analogy. We've heard the sidearm pitch analogy. Think about it like this, guys. So if we have this elbow leading, well, that's what allows me to then release it later, right? So the club will enter at that better angle. Almost instantaneously when I tell people to put their elbows together, I always see a better angle of attack, better contact right away. And it's because the club gets more angle, more lag. And the reason being is because when the arm is here, everything stays in front of your body. and the club has no reason to early release. You wouldn't, and I always tell people, skip a rock like this. You wouldn't throw a ball like this, kerplunk, lose all the leverage, right? But if you get it here, well, then you can sling it. And it's the same thing with golf, and sometimes just getting in there, taking the left hand off the club, putting it underneath here. We started with a couple of those yesterday, pinching it in towards the middle of the body and just feeling this motion. That's a really, really big feeling that helps a lot of people. I always say the elbow being in front of the seam on the right side of the shirt. That's a wonderful way to look at it. I also talk about, for you, a good visual, because you do move this up a little bit that way.
Yeah.
That elbow literally getting in front of the right pocket, entering through impact, okay?
Yep.
It's like I always give the visual too. Like Ben Hogan, my dad would always tell me Ben Hogan would wear out his cardigans, like right here, because the elbow would just go. So yeah, get that thing going. So once again for our viewer, this is the club head is staying up on this side of the line. And then what we have is we have this one just in an angle for him, just a reminder to stay underneath this on the way through, helps him kind of maintain his posture. Oh, my goodness. That was beautiful. Look at that divot too, just like right down the line right there. That thing was so good.
You want new, right, I would imagine?
And our viewer and Ryan, you can't forget what got you here in the first place to where you can make these swings is the setup, right?
Yeah.
Backing the toes away, getting a little more over it, bumping the hip. All that hip does is it puts the pressure points now on the inside of your right foot, flat of the left foot. There you go. Hey, when you bump the hip, do you feel the pressure on that inside right? Like a little bit when that knee?
I try to, because like I think my initial hip bump is to sort of feel it more here.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to like feel it kind of right
in
here.
that in there, yeah.
Yeah.
And when you do that, understand that when you create that pressure there, and really it should, when you, if I go to the front foot, here's what happens. I get here like this, and it's like almost like my upper body shifts on top of it. But if I leave my upper body very centered, and then I bump,
yeah,
it keeps it right there and more on the flat of the foot. But I want you to understand, you're putting that pressure there, and then when you turn, you're building pressure into where pressure already exists. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So it's like, even though I'm really looking like I'm on the balls of my feet, when I bump my hips and put my pelvis in the right spot, I feel it all the way down the inside of my foot to the heel. Yeah, I'm on the balls of my feet, but I feel it in here, and I'm turning and it just gets deeper in there, okay?
Yeah.
All right. There it was right there. Perfect backswing right there. That was sensational. That was just your club step on this side of the line the whole time?
Yeah.
On that one? Yeah. Yeah, I know you didn't catch all of that one, but every time you get that backswing good, dude, it's like, it just goes right down the line.
Yeah.
Yep, beautiful. Try to do the best you can to just recreate that exact feeling. Do the exact same thing, and you're doing, the backswing's great. It only, and I just like to observe a little bit because I'm always barking at you about one thing and the next, but I will tell you, the only thing that jacks up the backswing is when you get this look right here immediately.
Yeah.
So here we go, ready on this one? Really let it build. Feel
Okay.
like the right pocket, the right shoulder in your hands are all moving at the exact same pace, and they all stop together at the top of your swing. There it is right there. There it is. Just keep that flex. Totally different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you just got to do that over and over at that same exact pace. Because rhythm is the glue that holds the golf swing together.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that, but it's easy to get carried away. So, we're working on a move and then working on this. And I love breaking it down to what happens below the belt, what happens above the belt, and then what are the arms and hands doing relative to that, right? So we talked about below the belt. Right knee on the inside of the right foot with the knee flexed. That's going to be the let it build, the loading the lower body, not the spinning the lower body, right? That's number one. Number two is just the upper body just turning. And the only thing that your arms and hands are doing relative to that is that little bit earlier hinge that's setting the butt of the club pointed to the ground, and you feeling the right elbow very connected to your left arm, right?
That changed everything, by the way.
That rhythm would just changed everything, buddy.
It kept everything connected to the top.
Do the same thing. Let's just go all the way up there together. Yep, there it is. Do the same thing. Let's let it build the same way and just hit it from there. It's awesome, buddy. Unbelievable, Ryan. Unbelievable. I mean, those are the best swings you made all week. Technically, they just went right up the right plane. There was no excess movement.
Yeah.
You know, Gabe's back here shaking his head because he's watching all these swings too. He's like, wow, right away, that was so much better. Let's go. Let's do. I'm gonna flip this around real quick. Let's do. Let's get the driver going.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back and do wedges afterwards. Okay.
Sounds good.
This is good though, buddy. This is really good. Thank you guys so much for watching our video. Any questions or comments you have, please leave them below. Also, click the link below to pick up 3 free videos. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy our channel.